Baby, you don't know what you do to me. Between me and you, I feel like chemistry. I won't let no one come and take your place. Cause the love you give, it can't be replaced. So no one else can do what you do.
Hey humans, welcome back to another video. So in today's video we are actually going to talk about my experiences for my first try and what I experienced about my first try, and you guys can watch me beat my face. I haven't beat my face like this in a long time. I feel like I beat my face to the gods compared to where I started to where I'm at now. Y'all can tell me nothing. Y'all can never tell me my makeup was ugly. But yeah, if you want to continue watching the video and find out about my experiences on my first try, keep watching. Let's get right into the video, guys. I gotta drink some, gotta make sure I stay hydrated. So yeah, if you definitely watched the intro, we're talking about my first trimester experience because I'm pregnant. I'm having a baby and I cannot believe that I'm having a baby. I'm also gonna do my makeup because there's no way that I'm gonna be able to do this video and like sit and talk to y'all. I just don't. Yeah, no, that just isn't my testimony. So let's get right into the video because I don't want it to be too long. We all know I'm gonna talk too much. Let's start off with like, why the freak you don't want to come out? No. Okay, let's start off with like my reaction and how I found out. So I found out that I was pregnant and dang, Kiana, let me see. I knew I should have had this picture ready and I didn't have the picture ready. I hate myself for that. I found I was pregnant. My last period was in June. The last time I had a period was actually when I went back home for my best friend's funeral. Why can't I find my to put this on? Oh, it's dirty. And I don't really want to use my hands. Okay, 500 years later, I'm back. But yeah, the last time I had a period was in June. And then I found out that I was pregnant in... Where the hell is the picture at? Where art thou, picture? Can I really not find the picture? Where oh, there it goes. I found I was pregnant, not on the 18th. I found out I was pregnant, I think July. Oh, I found out I was pregnant July 18th. My period normally comes out around the 15th of each month. After I took my birth control out, I had timed it. My period was coming on the 15th every month, like clockwork. The last one that I had, the one in June, it came earlier, and I think it came earlier because of just the stress that I was under and going through. So it came a couple of days earlier, but I knew I was pregnant. So like, I went to Texas in May and I thought I was pregnant in May and I wasn't. I was like, okay, I'm not pregnant. We're good to go. But when I came right back from being in Minnesota in June, I was all like, something's not right. I don't feel very good. I gotta be pregnant. Took a pregnancy test. Negative. Mind you, when I took this pregnancy test, y'all, I freaked out like nobody's business. I immediately panicked because I'm like, oh shit. What if I really am pregnant? I don't know if I'm ready to be a mom. Like, I don't know if I am ready to like go down that road yet. And I felt really, really bad because one, not the only person, you know, in the party of creating a baby. And I know for years my boyfriend has wanted a kid, so I never like thought like, maybe this reaction like won't be the best. And then 2 weeks later, around 2 weeks later when my period was supposed to come on the 15th, that motherfucker didn't come. Excuse my language, I'm trying not to swear. But it didn't come, and I was like, ooh. And I told my boyfriend, I came into the room, and I was like, hey. He's like, what's up? I'm all like, my period didn't come. And he looked at me like, I don't know if we can do, I don't want to go through this again, bro. If this is, and I'm like, no, my period really didn't come. It's supposed to come today. It hasn't came. I'm going to give it 3 days. And I did. I bought a freaking pregnancy test off of DoorDash because I don't have a car right now. And I was thirsty to like find out if I was actually pregnant or not. Man, I took that pregnancy test and that result came back fast. Like real fast. And boom, I found out I was pregnant. It was a lot of different emotions. It was a lot. It was a lot. I'm not even gonna hold you. It was a whole lot. Like, I was excited, but I was terrified. I'm still extremely terrified to be a parent. Like, I can't believe that we're the adults now. But so we found out. I told my close friends and family. I didn't tell like too many people because I was told that when my sister had her baby, my mom told my sister, like, don't tell too many people until you're done with your first trimester because anything can happen. You don't want to get your hopes up. You don't want to get your family and friends' hopes up. Like, things of that nature. Basically, like, be considerate of yourself and your own feelings. And I had already gone through so much loss already. My mom just was like, I don't want you to have to go through more trauma, basically. And I was like, okay, I get that. I understand that. So then we told our people. Like, I told my close friends and family. He told his close friends and family. And like, that's what it was at first. Like, we only told a little bit of people. We didn't tell too many people. And then what happened? We started getting like I started getting excited. Like, I started getting more and more excited. So then I didn't have a problem like telling people at all that I was pregnant. Like, basically, like, so that I was excited I was pregnant. Like, surprisingly, I told everybody I was never gonna have kids. It wasn't like anything that I wanted. But secretly I did kind of want kids. I just didn't know if I mentally could deal with like being a parent. Personally, I don't ever want my kids to see me like at my lowest, and I can get really low. And that's why I used to always be like, I don't know if I want to be a parent because sometimes I can just get so low, and I don't want my kids to see that. And I don't want my kids to, mental illness and things of that nature are hereditary. Like, I don't want my kids to get that either. So like, that is one of the big reasons as to why. I have other reasons I don't really want to talk about. But that was a big reason as to why I didn't want to have kids. So when I found out, it was super exciting. But what I hated my first trimester is that on the internet, what did someone say? I read a picture saying that they wish that they would stop romanticizing pregnancy on TV, y'all. My first trimester sucked. And I'm not saying this to like deter anyone from having a kid or from making anyone else's experience, having someone thinking that their experience is going to be the same as mine. Everyone's experience is different. And I learned that. I was just trying to do all my research. I was asking questions, and it was all different. I didn't have morning sickness, which I'm very, very extremely grateful for. Like, when I say I am grateful, I had no morning sickness. Like, very, very happy about that. But what I did have, I hated smelling things. Like, the smell of food made me want to gag. And it would be my favorite food. So, like, for example, I don't really like chicken like that. And I throw down on some fried chicken. I don't like chicken. I hate it. I think it's disgusting. I think it smells like hot ass. It just stinks. Like, it smells super bad. And then like there would be times where I just did not have an appetite, and I was basically forcing myself to eat because I knew I had to eat for the nourishment of my child. Like, that was a big one for me. Like, I'm very grateful I didn't have the morning sickness. Like, super grateful. A lot of people are like, you should be grateful you didn't have to experience that, because a whole bunch of people had to experience that. But like, the feeling of throwing up, of needing to throw up and nothing happening, sucks. It sucks like high heaven. There was times where I felt like I needed to just upchuck all of my insides, and it never happened because I never had to throw up, or I would like try to force myself to gag and it wouldn't happen. Mind you, I don't know if I want to say this, but I don't have gagging reflexes, so I can't even make myself throw up. So that sucked even more too, because I'm like, I feel terrible and I can't, like, the one thing I want to do to be able to relieve myself, I can't do. So that was one thing. I hated how I felt. My stomach hurt all the time. Another big thing that they do not tell you about, you guys, the exhaustion that you get when you're pregnant is out of this world. Like, it's insane. Like, I know they told me I was going to be a little tired, but they didn't tell me I was going to be that tired. And I know, and this is what I will say, having a kid is hard work. Being a parent is hard work. But what they don't tell moms is that hard work starts as soon as you get fucking pregnant. Excuse my language. As soon as you get freaking pregnant, that hard work starts. Because, yo, I could sleep for days. There was one time I slept for 18 hours. I just slept. And I know that a lot of the time that had to do with not only, you know, the fact that I'm exhausted from being pregnant, but I was also very much so depressed. My first trimester, I was extremely depressed. I'm still a little bit depressed. Like, I'm still there. But I am getting better with, like, handling my emotions, kind of getting out of that healing process. But they don't talk about, what is it called? Prenatal. What is it? They call it postpartum. I don't know what they call it. I'm gonna call it prenatal depression. They don't talk about that enough. I was depressed. I was sad. My body was changing. I hated that my body was changing. I hated that I felt the way that I felt. I hated that I couldn't eat the foods that I wanted to eat. What other symptoms was I having? Oh, my body temperature is out of control. Like, currently right now, I'm burning the freak up. I do not know. I truly do not know how long I'm gonna be able to do this video. I'm gonna be able to do this video without sweating. Like, my shirt is soaked right now. That's how hot I am. My body temperature is out of control. What else is happening to me? Oh, this is one thing I didn't know that happened. That I didn't know that can happen. I was so constipated my first trimester, and I know this may be TMI for some people, but for my first time mommies, anyone that's thinking about having a kid and never had a kid, there can be a chance that you won't be able to shit. No one told me that. There was times where I had to literally pull the shit out of my ass because I was so backed up. Like, I was a regular girl, you know. I poop in the morning, I poop at night, at least twice a day, regular. And then once, I think it was like maybe 2 weeks into the pregnancy, I had noticed that I hadn't been pooping at all. And I was like, why am I not pooping? Like, I know I'm gassy, but I'm not pooping. And you know when your farts smell really bad, that's how you know you gotta poop. Man, it just wasn't happening. Like, it was really bad. And I was too scared to take stuff, like to take any type of laxative, because I didn't know if it was safe for me to take. And I mean, I have done my research. I've been on Google and all that, but like, I'm not about to be a website doctor. I'm not about to do that. And I hadn't found an OBGYN by that time. Like, we were 2 weeks in. I didn't even know if I was ready to go to the doctor yet. I was still trying to figure out how to get freaking health insurance. So, like, it wasn't in my mind to go to a doctor or to talk to a doctor yet. So I just was calling my friends and my family members, and my grandma was a nurse for years. My little brother and little sister's mom, I call her my stepmom. She's a freaking nurse. My aunt is a freaking nurse. My dad used to be a nurse. So like, I was just calling all these people like, hey, this is what's going on. What do I need to do? So that kind of helped. The constipation has gone, seeing that I'm no longer in my first trimester. So that was nice. But something that I did do, to help me basically be able to pass gas and poop. Not pass gas, but to poop. I started drinking liquid chlorophyll. And yes, liquid chlorophyll is safe for you and your baby. I asked my doctor said it was fine. I did my research said it was fine. I'm literally just intaking all of the greens that I would have to on a daily basis if I'm not eating the vegetables that I eat. So that is okay to drink. So I started drinking that. Granted, my poop is green all the time, but I'm shitting every day. I'm shitting twice a day. So I'm grateful for that. My stomach feels better. I feel better. So that was one thing that was a very unexpected symptom. Like, my sister has a child, so I kind of knew what to expect because I lived with my mom. She lived with my mom the whole time she was pregnant. So I kind of knew like what to expect. That constipation one took me for a loop because I was like, why is this happening to me? And then my stepmom was all like, constipation is very common. It's a very, very common. It happens to a lot of people. Nobody just talks about it. Also, depression while you're pregnant is very common. I did a lot of research and found out that that's something that's super common too. They just don't talk about that a lot. Like, it's not anything that's talked about as much. I feel like I need to blend this a little more. Do I need to blend you a little more? Probably. I don't need no freaking harsh lines. So that's one thing that I didn't like symptom-wise. Let me see. I didn't actually start going to the doctor. I had my first I had my first OB appointment. When did I have it? I had my first OB appointment, I think early September, end of August, because I was supposed to have another appointment with him on the 12th, and I didn't even go. So I had my first OB appointment, and I don't really want to talk bad about this OB/GYN like facility, but it was terrible. I did not like it. I didn't like the experience that I had. It just wasn't what I thought it was going to be. So when I made my appointment, I was under the impression that for this appointment, you know, they're going to confirm pregnancy. We're going to try to see if we can hear a heartbeat and do an ultrasound just to confirm there's a baby in there. No. None of that happened. So we got to the doctor's office. It took them almost 40 minutes for them to send me back there. That wasn't like too much. I wasn't going to talk too much about that. But like, how do I explain this? So I have Medicaid. Like, we got insurance from the state because insurance is expensive. And you could tell that this location was like a low budget facility or like something provided by the state. Like, you can normally tell sometimes, and I'm sorry if y'all are about to judge me or call me judgy, you know. So when I got in there, you know, like, I could kind of tell I was fine. They made me pee in a cup, which I thought, you know, that's very normal. They made me pee in a cup. Before I peed in the cup, they made me write my own name on the cup. And instead of me putting it through the little metal things that could do, you know, the lab work, she was like, yeah, you could just bring it out and just sit it on there. Sit on the table. So that was like, to me, a red flag. Me personally. And then, so that happened. So then she's taking my vitals. She did my blood pressure. She started asking me questions. And like, the one question that irritated me and my boyfriend when she was like, so what are we here for? And I was like, come on now, girl. Like, you know exactly what we're here for. Please don't waste my time. Don't piss me off. Don't do that. Another thing that I'll tell you, your attitude changes. I have a big attitude problem, but I was super irritable my first trimester. Like, everybody was pissing me off. Like, no high heaven. I had family members that I normally don't allow to piss me off because they're my family members and I hold them at such a high level, pissing me off. And I'll talk about that. But yeah, so then she checked my vitals, she did all this stuff, and she asked me like, what are we here for? So then I was just like, I didn't have my period. My period didn't come. I believe I'm pregnant. I believe I'm this many weeks. Like, as soon as I found out I was pregnant, I started tracking it on an app. I believe I'm this many weeks. I believe that this is my due date. Like, this is why we're here. Cool. So then, as she's typing the stuff in the computer, she's all on her phone, texting whoever she's texting. And then, boom, she goes, well, you're definitely pregnant. And my boyfriend looked at her. We both looked at her like, girl, we know that. That's why we are here. So then, boom, that happens. You know, she tells us that we're pregnant. We're like, cool, we're pregnant. She brings us into the room to talk to the OBGYN. This lady comes in to tell us that at this location, the OBGYN isn't normally there at this location. But she's at another location. They're remodeling this location and they normally have a midwife. The midwife isn't here yet because they're still remodeling the location. And that was fine with me. Like, I didn't actually have a problem with that at all. What my problem was after that is that she tried to explain to me what I was going to experience in the next 9 months in 5 fucking minutes. Like, she went through it. And you could see as my attitude was decreasing, I don't have the poker face. So, like, you could tell I had an attitude, and my boyfriend knew immediately I had attitude while she was trying to rush through all of this shit to tell me what's going to happen in the next 9 months. She also, I think I was like, what, maybe 10, was I 10 weeks at the time? 10, I might have been like 9 or 10 weeks. She also proceeded to tell me that we weren't going to have an ultrasound because you can't see a baby that early on an ultrasound. I knew that was a lie because back home in Minnesota, you could do a vaginal, what do they call it? You could do a vaginal, can I speak? What the hell? What am I looking for in this? You could do a vaginal ultrasound where they stick in the vaginal thing when they're doing like, what procedure did I have to do when I had to do that? Oh, I had to see if I had like ovarian cysts. So they had to use a vaginal ultrasound for them to be able to see that. And I'm just like, yes, you can see you can see a baby. And she's just like, well, baby's too small, we won't be able to see it. And that's fine, but don't tell me something that I know that you can do, and I'm not in the business of telling you how to do your job. So I was just like, whatever, okay, that's fine. She didn't want to hear a heartbeat because she didn't do a heartbeat because she's like, you might not be able to hear, it might be too faint. I was pissed because I thought, and when I made my appointment, I thought that I was going to be doing all of this, and none of that happened. So that was something that irked my nerves. Like, throughout my whole first trimester, I hadn't seen my baby and I hadn't heard the heartbeat. And I was stressed to high heaven. Like, I was stressed out like nobody's business. And my boyfriend kept saying, like, why are you so stressed? Like, why, everything's gonna be okay. The baby's fine. Like, everything's okay. But I did not know that everything was okay because I could not hear anything. Like, I think the fact that I couldn't hear anything, I couldn't see anything, made me nervous. Like, the only reason I knew I was pregnant is because I still felt pregnant, and because every time I was taking a bunch of pregnancy tests just to make sure I was still pregnant. They just would say I was pregnant. That's the only reason. I wasn't showing. I'm still technically not showing. I think I got like a little flubber, but I wasn't showing her anything. So that was a big disappointment throughout my first trimester, is that I didn't get to hear a heartbeat, that I didn't get to see the baby, and like the whole time I was stressed out. And I know you're not supposed to stress. I stressed out really, really bad because of that. Like, just the thought of the unknown. I couldn't handle it. I couldn't deal with it. I also, like I said, I had already gone through great loss already. So like, the thought of the fact that there could be the potential that my baby doesn't make it past the first trimester, or I miscarry, or this can happen, that's all that kept running through my mind. And I think it had a little to do with the fact that I had just gone through a great loss a month before I found out I was pregnant. Like, I didn't realize what that was actually doing to me. So yeah, I have seen the baby now. We'll talk about that a little bit later, but I'm not as stressed anymore. Oh, my boobs, and I hope I don't get flagged for this. I hope I don't get flagged for any of the things I'm saying. We're talking about giving birth. Not giving birth, but the circle of life. It's hot. It's real hot. I wonder if my air conditioning's on. No, my air conditioning's not on. That's why I'm so hot. But, dang. Oh, your boobs, they don't tell you that like, they tell you your boobs hurt, but they don't say these certain extents of like hurt boob. My boobs hurt like high heaven, and my boyfriend thinks it's so funny to do to my titties. Oh, That's the word I couldn't say. To my boobs, no, it was terrible. They have increased so much in size. I wasn't expecting that, and I don't normally wear bras. I am a free you know what I'm gonna say type of person, and I started wearing a bra because my grandma scared me. She was like, you better start wearing a bra before you have before you get some saggy boobs. And I was like, no. And she's like, yeah. So now I wear a bra all the time. I even sleep in a bra sometimes because I'm so scared that I'm gonna have these all to the knees boobs, and I don't want that. So I wear a bra all the time. And then another thing that they don't talk about how big and dark your areolas get. Like, and I know this is about to be TMI for a lot of y'all, but I liked my areolas. You know, they were a nice cute little pink color, and you know, I liked them. I thought they were cute. They still cute, but boy, they have like the pigment is not pigmenting like it used to. My areolas are so dark. They're so dark. And then like I've always been able to see like these weird little vein things, but like now I really see them. Like now they are like really showing. They're showing. And if you are someone that's had a kid, someone that's currently pregnant, or have boobs at all, you know what I'm talking about. Like these little weird like lines or dots that are oh. Are you home already? I don't think so. But these little dots that are on your boobs, they like get bigger. And I know that, you know, yep, he's already home. And he can't get the door. Sorry y'all, my boyfriend just came home from work and he didn't bring his keys. So I had to go let him in. But I believe we were talking about boobs. We were. But yes, my boobs have increased drastically in cup size. And my areolas are not what they were before I got pregnant. They have changed. But other than that, I don't really have like too many complaints about my first trimester. My doctor experience sucked. I didn't really like that. Yeah, the doctor's experience sucks. I'm at a new OBGYN now. But I didn't really start seeing them until I was like kind of at the end of my first trimester, beginning of second trimester. And the only thing that we did was a pelvic exam and a pap smear. Oh, and she pushed on my stomach extremely hard, and I went to meat mop her. That hurt really bad. And she was trying to tell me that I was measuring small. And then I started panicking about that. Because like I said earlier, wasn't really eating too much. I was only eating because I had to eat. Like my boyfriend was forcing me to eat for the nourishment of our kid, but I wasn't hungry. Yeah, and I have been losing weight. Instead of gaining weight, I'm losing weight. Before I was pregnant, I was 225 pounds. I'm currently 212 pounds now because I guess all the nourishment and all my food and whatever is going to my kid and not me. I'm withering away basically. So yeah. What else didn't I like in my first trimester? That's pretty much it. That's pretty much all I have to say about my first trimester. I think it sucked. To me personally, it sucked. It wasn't as like, what am I trying to say? Like cupcakes and rainbows like everybody said. It freaking sucked. Being pregnant is not fun. Like it's not all super cute and adorable like they glorify it on freaking TV. It sucks. It's hard work. It sucks. But now that I'm in like my second trimester, the beginnings of it, I'm starting to get my energy back. I finally got to see an ultrasound, so I'm gonna be showing that to you guys. I finally got to see baby, so that was cool. I cried. I have pictures to show you guys. I'm super excited about that. You couldn't even wait for me. That's crazy. That's insane. So yeah, it's a little bit about my first trimester. Like it wasn't everything that I thought it was going to be, but I still enjoyed it. I wish I would have documented it a little more, like vlogged it, and I wish I would have started my pregnancy journal in my first trimester. I just started it like second trimester. What else? I wish I would have appreciated the moments that I had a little more instead of focusing on like the pain that I was going through. But I'm not gonna dwell too much on that, because that's something that I'm trying to do, not dwell too much of like the past. But yeah, like it just wasn't anything that I expected. Like nobody prepared me for what I was going to experience my first trimester at all. Like there were some things I was expecting, but some things I wasn't expecting at all. But I'm gonna finish my makeup real quick, and then I will be right back to show you guys the end results, and then to show you guys baby Holly. So we'll be right back.
If somebody said, then tell me who. Say my name, say my name. Say my name is around you. Baby, I love you. Say my name, say my name. Kinda shady, ain't calling me baby. Say my name, say my name. No one is around you. Baby, I love you. You ain't running game. Say my name, say my name. You acting kinda shady, ain't calling me baby. Better say my name. What's up with this? Tell the truth. Who you with? How would you like it if I came over with my click? I'm trying to change it now. Say you gotta bounce when 2 seconds ago said you just got in the house. It's hard to believe that you are at home by yourself when I just heard the voice or the voice of someone else. Just this question, why do you feel you gotta lie? Getting caught up in your game when you cannot say my name. I know you say that I am assuming things. Something's going down, that's the way it seems. Shouldn't be the reason why you act this strange. If nobody's holding back from me, I know how you used to do. We saying everything to me, it's up to. Why can't you just tell the truth? If somebody's there, then tell me who. Say my name. Say baby, I love you. Say my name, say my name. Sorry, change. Baby, tell me who. Say my name. Say, baby, I love you. Say my name. Say my name. It's all the change. Say my name. Even nothing changed. Baby, say my name. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay, so this is the final look, and this took way longer than I expected because I actually really liked how my makeup was turning out as I was doing it, so I took my time. I do apologize about that, but I can finally show you guys the pictures. I'm actually really having a baby. This is wild. It's really insane. It is insane. And yeah, it's insane. I'm also gonna show a little bit of my ultrasound because my first reaction I thought was adorable. But yeah, this is the end of the video, guys. I hope for my first time moms or anyone who just found out they're pregnant, I hope this helps you guys a lot. Not even helps you guys, like, but I hope that you can learn from my experience, especially with the like appreciating it a little more. Like, I was so focused on like how I didn't feel good that I didn't appreciate it as much as I should have. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this, but make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in another video. Bye, humans. Holy shit, I really am pregnant. Oh my god.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yes, you are. And this little baby is like... Baby, you don't know what you do to me. Between me and you, I feel like chemistry. I won't let no